Good morning, बच्चों. Today we will start with metallurgy of iron or the process used for extraction of iron from its ore. First of all, we must know the ores of iron. The common ore which found in India are hematite and magnetite with formula Fe2O3 and Fe3O4. The first step in metallurgy of iron is concentration. Concentration is done either by means of magnetic separation or by means of hydraulic washing. Here the iron ore gets separated as it is attracted by the magnet, while the impurities they left as they are not attracted by the magnet. Similarly, in hydraulic washing, we wash the iron ore with water. The lighter sandy impurities they are removed with water, while the high density ore, that is of iron, is left behind. Second process used here is either calcination or roasting, that is basically done to make the mass porous, to remove the moisture and to change if the ore is like sulfide ore to oxide ore or carbonate ore to oxide ore. So basically here we do calcination and roasting to remove the moisture and make the mass porous. Now this is transferred to a blast furnace. Look at the figure here. This is a figure of blast furnace. In this blast furnace it has a cup cone arrangement. From this arrangement we pour ore, limestone and coke. They enter into this blast furnace, and from the lower side hot air is blown. When hot air is blown, at that time carbon in form of coke burns, it produces carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide rises up. It goes up and it combines with coke again and get converted into carbon monoxide. And you can see here at the bottom the temperature is high, and as you move up the temperature is decreasing. Now what is the role of coke here? Coke is the main reducing agent used here. Normally the reduction is carried out either by means of carbon monoxide or it can take place with the help of carbon. When the temperature is lower, see here, when the temperature range is 500 to 800 K, basically the reducing agent is carbon monoxide. This carbon monoxide converts iron oxide to ferric oxide, ferrous oxide to it is converted into hematite to magnetite. Now this magnetite combines with carbon monoxide and it produces the iron. That means in this particular case the reducing agent is carbon monoxide, and this carbon monoxide is produced from coke. Coke on combination with oxygen produces carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide reacts again with carbon, it produces carbon monoxide. So at lower temperature, that is starting from 500 to 800 K, carbon monoxide is a basic reducing agent. But above 1073, the main reducing agent is carbon. At higher temperature, carbon will reduce iron oxide to iron metal. Okay, so role of coke is clear. Coke in form of carbon monoxide, and carbon is acting as a reducing agent. Now look at here. What is the role of limestone in this case? Why limestone is put? Limestone, when heated, it decomposes to give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide combines with SiO2. What is SiO2? It is an impurity which is present in iron ore. This is an acidic impurity. This acidic impurity combines with calcium oxide. It forms an infusible substance called as slag, which is calcium silicate. So very important is, what is the role of limestone? The main role of limestone is to remove the silica impurities, silicate impurities as slag. At 1073 K, the calcium carbonate decomposes to give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide acts as a flux. It is a basic flux. Flux is a substance which combines with impurities. It forms a slag. So to remove the SiO2 impurities, the flux added is calcium oxide, and this calcium oxide is obtained by decomposition of calcium carbonate. So we can say that calcium carbonate decomposes to give calcium oxide, which removes silicate impurities of ore as slag, and in this case the slag is calcium silicate. Okay, rule is clear. Now you can see here the three things we have added. One is ore, iron ore, second was limestone, and third was coke. And in between temperature 500 to 800 K, the main reducing agent was carbon monoxide, which reduces iron oxide into iron metal. This iron metal tickles down, it gains some impurities of carbon, and hence we get the molten iron, which is called as a pig iron, and above it we get a molten slag. This molten pig iron contains almost 4% of carbon. It is the most impure form of carbon. Now if I want to remove carbon, I want to decrease the impurities of carbon, then I will heat this pig iron with scrap iron, coke, and blast of air. Then I get a cast iron which has near about 3% of carbon in it. And third is a very pure form of iron called as wrought iron. This iron is obtained from cast iron. The cast iron here, it is put into a reverberatory furnace which is limed inside by hematite. Now this hematite combines with carbon, which is present as an impurity in cast iron. The carbon is oxidized to carbon monoxide and hematite is converted into iron. Thus the carbon content of cast iron is reduced and we get a most purest form of iron, that is wrought iron. Okay, now we will start with the second metallurgy, that is extraction of copper from copper pyrite. Copper pyrite has formula CuFeS2. As you see here, it is a sulfide ore. So we will concentrate it by froth flotation method. In this case, in a tank, we take a suspension of copper pyrite, water, a little bit of pine oil, froth stabilizers, and we pass a compressed air. Froth is formed, and along with froth, the sulfide ores goes with the froth on the top of the tank. And this froth is collected, impurities remain in the solution, froth is collected, it is separated, dried. Thus we get a concentrated copper pyrite ore. Now this ore is heated in a reverberatory furnace after mixing with silica. Now in reverberatory furnace we heat this copper pyrite. This copper pyrite in presence of oxygen. So this copper pyrite get converted into copper sulfide, iron sulfide, and due to oxidation the iron sulfide get converted into iron oxide. So this iron oxide act as a impurity here. That means we want to remove this impurity. That is why we have mixed somewhat of silica into it. Silica is a flux which is used in this case. This flux removes the impurities of iron oxide as slag, which is iron silicate. Now copper is produced in this reverberatory furnace as copper matte. Copper matte is a mixture basically of copper sulfide, mainly copper sulfide, and few amount of iron sulfide is there. It is fed to a silica line converter and hot air is blown. When hot air is blown, again the same process is occurring. Iron sulfide get oxidized to iron oxide and sulfur dioxide is produced. Iron oxide will combine with silica of the converter and get converted into slag. So impurities of iron is removed as slag, and in this case SiO2 act as a flux. Now our main emphasis was to get the copper. Copper metal contains the main substance, that is copper sulfide. This copper sulfide combines with oxygen, it get converted into copper oxide. When 50% of this conversion has occurred, at that time the supply of oxygen is cut off. Now this copper oxide combines with remaining copper sulfide, auto reduction takes place and copper is produced and sulfur dioxide gas is evolved. This time the copper obtained is called as blistered copper, because in this case when copper is solidifying, at that time the gaseous SO2 escapes, leaving behind the blisters. That is why it is called as blistered copper. And finally it is refined by electrolytic refining method. So main emphasis is on two things. First, the impurities of iron sulfide is converted into iron oxide, which is slagged out in form of iron silicate on combination with SiO2. And second thing is, copper sulfide is oxidized, partially oxidized to copper oxide, which on auto reduction with copper sulfide gives copper metal. And third thing is, it is refined by electrolytic refining method. Okay. Let us discuss the third extraction, that is extraction of zinc. The name of ore is zinc blende, represented as ZNS. Concentration by froth flotation, as I have already told you, sulfide ores के लिए we use froth flotation process. Then roasting is done. Due to roasting, the sulfide ore get converted into oxide ore and sulfur dioxide is produced. Moreover, the moisture is also removed. Then we do smelting. Smelting means reduction of zinc oxide using carbon. So zinc oxide reacts with carbon at 1673 K. It get converted into zinc metal and carbon monoxide is produced. And finally we do refining. Refining can be done either by distillation or it can be done by electrolytic refining. Okay. Now last metallurgy, that is metallurgy of aluminium. The chief ore of aluminium is bauxite with formula Al2O3.2 water molecules. It is concentrated by leaching or chemical separation method. In this case, the bauxite contains the impurities like iron oxide, like silicon dioxide and titanium oxide. Here we leach, we treat, we digest the bauxite into sodium hydroxide, and as a result of which the aluminium oxide get converted into a soluble complex, that is sodium tetrahydroxyaluminate. This complex is water soluble, while the titanium oxide and iron oxide impurities does not react with NaOH, so they remain as solid. They can be easily filtered out. Now you pass carbon dioxide through this solution, or you make the solution acidic. At that time sodium aluminate get changed into hydrated aluminium oxide. The PPTs of hydrated aluminium oxide are collected, they are washed with water, and then finally they are heated to get Al2O3, which is called as alumina. Now this alumina is free from impurities of SiO2, TiO2, iron oxide. Okay. Now second method is very important in case of aluminium, that is extraction of aluminium, reduction of aluminium oxide. Extraction of aluminium from aluminium oxide by reduction. Here electrolysis is done, reduction is carried out by means of electrons or with the help of carbon. For this you can see here, when current is passed through aluminium oxide, it get decomposes to aluminium 3 ions and oxide ions. Aluminium 3 ions move towards cathode, they accept electron and get deposit as aluminium metal, while oxide ions they move toward anode where they react with carbon and get converted into carbon dioxide. Look at here, the process is called as Hall-Héroult process. It is consist up of tank which is made up of steel. Inside it is lined with carbon, and this carbon is acting as a cathode. And from upper side you suspend carbon rods, and these carbon rods act as a anode. Here you will take a mixture of molten aluminium oxide plus cryolite is also added. Cryolite is Na3Al6. Sometime instead of cryolite you also add calcium fluoride, and when current is passed, at that time aluminium is obtained at cathode and carbon dioxide is obtained at anode. Now question is, why this cryolite is added? The role of cryolite is to reduce the melting point of mixture, and second, it brings the electrical conductivity. That means कि if the in absence of cryolite higher temperature is needed, but when you add cryolite to alumina, at that time its melting point is lower, hence it melts at lower temperature. Moreover, the solution becomes conductive and you get aluminium faster. Now second thing is, normally carbon anodes are continuously replaced. What is the reason? The reason behind this is, at anode oxygen reacts with carbon to form carbon dioxide. The oxide obtained from alumina combines with carbon to form carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide escapes. Therefore, there is need to replace carbon rods after some time. The name of process was Hall-Héroult's process. Actually, it is a electrolytic reduction of alumina. Reduction is done with the help of electrons or carbon. At cathode, aluminium is produced. At anode, carbon dioxide is produced. Cryolite is used to reduce the melting point and to bring the electrical conductivity to the solution. And carbon rods are continuously replaced due to loss of carbon as carbon dioxide. Now second last is to get copper from low grade copper ore. Low grade copper ores are those ores in which the percentage of copper is very less. At that time you will use the process which is called as hydrometallurgy. In this particular case, the copper is leached with acid or some bacteria. At that time all the copper get converted into copper ions. It goes into the solution, and when you add some reducing agent like hydrogen, like zinc, like iron, they will change copper 2 positive ion into copper, and they themselves get as ions. Therefore, hydrogen, zinc, iron, they can be acting as a reducing agent. Here they reduce copper ions to copper metal. Copper get precipitated, it is collected. This method is used only for low grade copper ores. Okay, the name of process is hydrometallurgy. What we do here is, we leach low grade copper ions using either acid or bacteria. All the copper from the ore get converted, goes to the acid, it get converted into copper 2 positive ions. These copper 2 positive ions are reduced to copper using some reducing agent. The reducing agent can be hydrogen, it can be iron, it can be zinc, any reducing agent can be used. Last is extraction of gold and silver, that is again by hydrometallurgy. In this case, what we do is we take cyanidines, metal, that is gold or silver, water plus oxygen. 8 cyanidines, 4 metal, 2 water and 1 oxygen. It is converted into a complex. This complex is dicyanide. If it is silver argentate ions, they can be reduced with the help of zinc. Zinc displaces this silver or gold, forming its own complex, that is tetracyanidozincate ion, and metal as gold or silver is recovered. That is all. Thank you very much.